So hello everyone, we are back again with our latest video on SQL tutorial Ebikacho by Ebikacho groups. So basically this particular video is on indexes in SQL Server. Now move on to the next slide and check what are the topics we are going to discuss today. Okay. So basically what are indexes in SQL Server? So an index in SQL Server is a data structure that improves the speed of data retrieval operations on a database table at the cost of additional writes and storage space. Okay. So basically indexes in SQL Server helps us to retrieve data more faster, but it costs us some storage spaces and also some writing of queries. Okay. So think of it as an index in a book that helps you quickly find the content you are looking for. So basically, as you can check in the book, we have the content page from where we can find out on which page which data is available. So similarly, the indexes in SQL Server are also almost same. By using that indexes, we can point out on which particular category that data we are searching is available. So basically, keys of an index can be 900 bytes or 16 columns. So basically, a index can be created on top of 16 columns, mostly maximum 16 columns, and it can have 900 bytes maximum. So whichever come first. Okay, so either you can take 16 columns or you can take 900 bytes. So whichever will come first, then it will take that. But even that's not always true. If a table has an XML column, then the primary key can have a maximum of 15 columns only. Okay, so this is clear. Now move on and check the types of indexes. So basically the most common types of indexes are this, like cluster index, non-cluster index, unique index, filtered index, full text index, and the column stored index. Now we will discuss each of them one by one. Now move on for the first one, which is the clustered index. So cluster index stores the data rows in a table based on the key values. Okay, the table's data row are physically stored in this order. So basically cluster index will define the order of the table. If you apply a cluster index on a column, and a table can have only one cluster index because it is defining the order of the table in which the data will be presented. So on the column on which the cluster index is applied, so that column will define the order of the table. Okay, so basically this is the syntax and example for the clustered index. So how you can create a clustered index? So create clustered index, and then you need to provide the index name. So basically the naming convention for index name is for clustered index or index, we will write ix underscore first the table name and then the column name on which the index is going to be applied. So here we are applying the index on employees table id column. So create clustered index, and then the index name on table, and in parenthesis you need to mention the column name. Now move on to the next one. So next we have the non-clustered index. So basically non-clustered index create a separate structure from the data table with pointers to the table's data row. Okay, so basically non-clustered index are stored in a separate table from the original table, and all the means from that particular the different table, they will point to the tables, rows of the table, the original table. Okay, and a table can have multiple non-clustered indexes. Okay, so the syntax and example for the non-clustered index is like create non-clustered index and then index name. So if same ix underscore the table name and the column name on which we want to apply the index on the table name, in parenthesis the column name. Okay, so create non-clustered index name on table name and in parenthesis the column name. Now move on to the next one. So after non-clustered index we have the unique index. So unique index ensures that the indexed column has unique values for each row. Basically if you apply unique index on a column, then the column must have unique value, means it will ensure that it will provide you unique value throughout the column. Okay, so each row in that particular column will have unique value. So what is the syntax for unique index? So create unique index, then the index name, and on table name in parenthesis the column name. Okay, so mostly most of the indexes have same syntax and they are very easy to means implement. But knowing on which column you need to apply the index, that is very important, because extra indexes are also very bad for the performance of the table. Okay, now move on to the next. After unique index, what we have? So filter index we have. So filter index optimized non-clustered indexes for a subset of row in a table. So if you want your index to be applied on certain amount of data from a table, means if you want a condition to be applied like for certain records you want, like if you have an employee table then there are HR department, so you want the index to be applied on the HR department, then you can apply this filtered index. Okay, so for applying the filtered index, what is the syntax? So create non-clustered index. So basically it is a type of non-clustered index. It comes in the category of non-clustered index, filtered index. Okay, so create non-clustered index, then the index name on employees, on table name, and then the column name in parentheses, and then your where condition, means on which condition you want the column to be indexed, on which filter condition you want the column to be indexed, that it will define. Okay, now after filtered index, move on to the next one. So next we have the full text index. So basically what the full text index will do, full text index will provide you the functionality to search that particular column with a full text, okay, on which it is applied. So basically full text index is used for searching text data in full text column, for searching text data in full text column. Okay, so now the syntax for full text index is create full text index on employees bio, means the table name, and then the in parenthesis the column name, then key index, then the index name. Okay, so little bit the syntax for full text index is different from other indexes, like create, then full text index on, then the table name, and in parenthesis the column name, and then we have the key index, then the index name. So index name is coming here at the end. Now move on to the last one. So last we have the column stored index. So what it is used? So column stored index mainly used in data warehousing for efficient storage and querying of large amount of data. So basically when we have a large amount of data, or in warehouses where we store a huge amount of data, so in that cases we use the column store index. So what it will do, it compresses and stores all columns of the table in a columnar format. Okay, so basically this column store index is applied directly on the table, not on a certain column. So basically it will compress all the columns of the table in a columnar form, columnar format. Okay, so what is the syntax for applying clustered index, column stored index? So column stored index can either be clustered or non-clustered. So basically we have the main two categories of indexes are clustered and non-clustered index, and under that these categories will come. Okay, so now what is the syntax for creating a clustered column stored index? So create clustered column store index, and then the index name, and then on table. So basically we apply the column store index directly on the table, not on a particular column, because it will catch all the columns and transform them into a columnar format. So basically these kind of this column store index is used mainly in warehouse conditions, and if you have a huge amount of data, then in that scenarios this particular index is applied. So this is it for now, friends. Thank you very much for watching, and do like, share and subscribe, and many more videos are going to come. And we are also planning to make a full series on SQL Server tutorial, which is launching very soon. Once we reach the milestone of 500 subscriber, then we will launch that series, so that more and more people can benefit from that particular series. And thank you for watching, and like, share and comment to us if you need any help of ours, and thank you.